All right, so we are back, and now we're going to talk about deponent verbs, in the subjunctive mood. Okay, now one thing to remember is for the present, remember it really only mattered about the present. Okay, we're going back to our we fear a liar. Okay, so remember this first E was for first conjugation. The EA is for second. The A by itself is for third. And the IA is for third IO. Got a little big there. Is for third IO and fourth conjugation verbs. Okay? So let's start with our first conjugation verb, hortor. Okay? So we are going to take our actual... Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take our first principal part here, and we are going to drop the OR. So, hort is my stem. And remember, we don't have translations for these because sometimes the translation depends on how it's really being used in the sentence. Okay, we've had those volatives and the optatives, purpose clauses, indirect questions, indirect commands, and we've still got a few that are coming up. Okay, so that's one reason why I haven't given you a translation, because again, there could be so many. All right, so remember we set up here just a moment ago that we were going to add this E here, okay, before our endings. Okay, so I'm going to add E, and then we're using those same present endings that we had before, aris term remediuntur. Okay, so we're going to add the E and then R here. Now, the rest of our E's, except for third plural, okay, so consider, if you will, the two that are at the bookends. We're here with first singular and third plural. They will not have the macron, but the rest will. Okay, and then we're going to add our endings. So for second singular, we have horteris. For third singular, we'll have hortetor. For first plural, we'll have hortemor. For second plural, we'll have hortemini. And for third plural, we'll have hortentor. Okay, if you have you should have this packet right in front of you, but you can turn back to the first page where we did hortor in the indicative present, and you can see that the vowel is different. Okay, all right, moving on to werior. We're going to take our first principal part, we're going to drop the OR. So our stem is were. Okay, and remember, second conjugation verbs got to keep their little E, but you have to add the A. And so I want to change my color before I go on. Sorry, guys. Too much going on. All right, so let's go with that. Okay, so we are going to have macrons here in those four places again. Actually, I'm sorry, back up. We don't want those macrons. I got ahead of myself. Sorry, we're going to add A and then the R for weriar. Okay, second singular is going to be weriaris, and we will have the macron here. Third singular is weriator. First plural is weriamor. Second plural is weriamini. And third plural is weriantor. Okay, and again, first singular, third plural, no macrons. Okay, all right, we're moving on into third conjugation here. Okay, and so we are going to take our first principal part, we're dropping or, and so our stem becomes SEQU again. Okay. All right. Now, for third conjugation, we added just the A. Okay. So I'm going to add my A. I'm going to add my macrons where they are needed. Okay. And then I didn't change. I will change now. So we have R, Aris, Autor, Amor, Amini, Sequentor. Okay, and again, first singular, third plural, no macrons. Okay, and eventually I will get it straight. Okay, moving on to patior. Again, we're going to take patior, we're dropping the or, our stem is pati. Okay. Let's go with that. Okay, we'll add R for first singular. We will add Aris with a macron for second singular. Autor with a macron for third singular. Amor with a macron for first plural. Amini with a macron for second plural. And Ontor, no macron for third plural. Okay. All right, last one in the present, okay, which is nice for us. Okay, again, partior, dropping the O, so my stem becomes parti. All right, let's go with that. Okay, so first singular is partiar, second singular is partiaris, third singular is patiator, first plural is patiamor, second plural is partiamini, and third plural is partiantor. Okay. All right, so we are going to get into the imperfect. Okay, and so before we kind of move on into the imperfect, let's talk about some things first. Okay, so for subjunctive for non-deponent verbs, remember we just took our second principal part. So maybe, for example, amare, and then we added the endings. Okay. Now that's what we did for non-deponents. For deponents, we're going to have to take that second principal part, in other words, the one that ends in I, and so we'll start with my example here. Okay, so we're going to take hortari, we're going to drop the I, and we're going to add an E. Okay, now, look at that. It looks like amare, doesn't it? Okay, so that's why we have to do that. It's still going to be the same. And so we're just going to take hortari and we're going to add our aris termini untor. Okay, so again, my stem now becomes hortare. All right, and then we're going to add our endings there. Okay, so again, we're going to add R. Second singular, we're going to add ris, but also a macron over our E. Third singular, we're going to add tor with a macron over our E. First plural is mer with the macron over the E. Second plural is going to have the macron, and then we're going to add mini. And then third plural, no macron, and we're just going to add unter. Okay, so remember, again, subjunctive has no future tenses. So no future and no future perfect. So we just have to worry now about perfect and pluperfect. Okay, so this time, remember we're using, our fourth principal part with these various endings. Okay, it's our form of sum that changes. Okay, and these are the present subjunctive forms of sum. Okay, so we're going to take secutu sum, and again, we're not going to use sum because we have to use the present subjunctive of sum. Okay, but I do need secutus. Okay, and you can see I'm making it masculine. So in order to make it masculine, I'm going to drop the us and add that I with a macron for the plural. So I have secuti. Okay, and then I just need my forms of sum. Okay, so we're going to have secutus sim, secutus sis, secutus sit. Over on the plural side, we'll have secuti simus, secuti sitis, and secuti sint. Okay? All right, last one. Yay! Okay, so again, we've got our fourth principal part endings, and then our forms of sum. Okay, and these are the imperfect subjunctive forms of sum. Okay, so again, I'm going to take passer sum. I'm not going to use sum. This time, let's make it feminine. So I'm going to have passa. So I'm going to have passa over here on the singular side. But I'm going to have passai over on the plural side. Okay, so now we just need our forms of sum. Okay, so essen, esses, esset, essemus, essetis, and essent. Okay, and you do need macrons over second singular, first plural, and second plural. Okay. Now, we do need to move into, real quickly, participles and infinitives. So participles and infinitives, just like our indicative of subjunctive forms, don't have a voice if the verb is subjunctive, or if the verb is deponent. Okay. So your perfect passive participle is the third principal part minus the sum. Okay, so for example, partitus. Okay, and so it means, and I'm running out of room here, so I'm sorry, having divided. Okay, our future participle, we're going to take partitus, we're going to drop the us, and we're going to add orus. So it then is partiturus. Okay, and this means about to divide. Okay. For the infinitives, your present infinitive is just that second principal part. So continuing with partior, this would be partiri, and this just means to divide. Your perfect infinitive is going to look like the perfect passive one. So this one's 2 words. Okay. You're going to need partitus and esse. And so, but remember, this has to be translated active. So this is to have divided. Okay. Our future infinitive is we're going to take that future participle. So we're taking partiturus, and we're going to add esse. And this is to be about to divide. Okay. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Nope, that's it. It's a blank page. So there's that. Again, if you have any questions, you need to send me an email and let's try to figure it out. Stay safe, stay inside, but do get some fresh air every day when it's not pouring down rain and disgusting. And I hope you guys are doing okay.